We're going to start out tonight, and it looks like it's going to be a good night tonight, too. We got a great lineup. Uh, First off is going to be Ken Balmes, of course.
Yes. Okay.
Goodbye.
Start out with one observations. In the wine bar, a woman sits, strumming and picking her guitar, singing with great feeling to 5 people at 2 tables listening, or straining to hear over clinking and banging plates and glasses, general hubbub of chatter and loud voices of those patrons considering her background, if at all. A birthday and back adding its own chaos, causing those few listening to strain all the more to hear, still not impeding her effort to perform. A piano plays in the cafe to a poet, a woman in a wheelchair, and the young woman tending bar. One person, a girl, perhaps in her teens, wanders in the door, listens a moment, then departs. Passers-by glance in the window, some pausing briefly, but all continuing on their way. The distinguished man at the keyboard continues, songs that haunt, stirring memories, pleasant or sad, yet even sad songs leaving smiles of remembrance. Appreciative of the attention of his audience, he plays. For the few who listen, sighs not an issue. At the tea house, 2 women at the counter are talking, 2 women at a table sit in conversation. A young poet at the microphone recites his work, a poem on persevering. At another table sits an old poet and his wife listening, taking in the words, processing, appreciating, caring that this young one should continue the art. Another couple enters to have words with the man behind the counter. The poet perseveres, reading for the 2 people listening. At a coffee shop, a young girl, singer-songwriter, sits on a stool, guitar on her lap, half hiding behind a music stand and microphone. Her hair tied back behind her head, wearing a t-shirt, her knees peeking out holes in her jeans. Strumming while somewhat timidly singing, pouring herself out for a few friends and strangers, an auspicious beginning, though as she finishes, she scurries off home. All driven by a need to perform, to express, to share, times when or where an audience of one is sufficient.
Good stuff, Ken.
The folder. The folder was lost in a fire. A plain manila folder, a folder from decades ago, untouched in years, left on a shelf, almost forgotten. 5 years of work expressing my heart, pouring out my soul onto paper. Songs springing from the depth of me, singing my life to the world, or at least whoever might hear. Forgotten till the day with new musical friends, the folder, its contents to share. Searching, where did I put it? Where could it be? The fire, of course. Such a loss, cut to the quick, piercing my heart. Silent screams echo through my mind, remembering only slivers and bits from long ago. The song of a girlfriend of old, taking 4 years to write the song, 10 years to get over her. Tell me, do you still like daisies? I'd like to get you some. I'd like to let you know just how I feel. Your daisies may not last forever, but after all these years, I'm beginning to believe that my love will. All that remains of so great a love. A song for a musician friend, young woman who caught my fancy. Sunshine sings softly as she plays her guitar, singing moody mellow melodies. And I can't help thinking as I sit here at the bar, how much her song has come to mean to me. You are my sunshine when the nighttime brings me down. You share your love and spread your light around. For the lovely Loretta, a girl I once knew a lady named Loretta on February 29, turned 16 on her fourth birthday. She was a friend of mine. I remember walking with her through dark alleys late at night, stealing kisses when her brothers couldn't see. Anymore, lost to flames, time and memory, burning a hole in my heart, yearning to remember.
Very nice. So many open mics that we've had you do, Ken. I think that's the first time we've gotten to hear you sing.
Possibly. I remember in my life 2 comments on my singing. Um, One of them, a person, heard me saying something and said, I didn't know you had such a good voice. And then there was a friend of mine who told me, hey, can you sing tenor like 10 or 12 miles away?
You don't need that kind of negativity in your life, dude.
Can you sing solo till we can't hear you?
Yeah, there you go. There's another one. Okay, one more.
One more, okay.
On making tea one early morning, the poet fills the kettle with water fresh and cold, placing it on the stove to make some tea, settling in a kitchen chair with pen and stationery in an attempt to compose some poetry. With an ear to the kettle, he sits to capture thoughts and put to paper, surveying the tabletop with papers piled and scattered about, as chaotic as his mind. A stack of dictionaries and thesauri, a jar filled with pens and pencils, tools of the trade, joined by a quantity of used envelopes for notepads. Notes on thoughts and inspirations lying dormant for weeks, months, and even years, awaiting a muse to awaken. The kettle calls from across the room, beckoning, becoming a distraction and a call to action. Setting the tea to brew, returning to the table, ignoring the disarray, again to ponder, searching far corners of his mind. Thank you.
Right. Nice, Ken. I remember you did a couple songs at First Saturday.
Yeah, a couple. We may drag some of those out sometime.
Yeah, of course. All right, next
I
up.
remember Andy reciting some poetry once.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm quite the poet. I can't.
All right.
Longfellows.
He wants me to recite the lyrics to Tutti Frutti.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Yeah.
Classic. All right, next up, we got the deep voice and sweet banjo of Paul Klonowski.
I thought it was Dan.
Yeah, what happened to Dan Kalkbrenner? Was he?
Sorry about that.
He's there.
There we go.
Sorry about that. Dan is next.
Okay, so I'll go next.
That great intro was for nothing.
Let's see. Okay, well, most of you know I kind of like historical songs or something with history in it, and so a couple of weeks or a month or so ago, I reread Benjamin Franklin's autobiography. It's not a big book. I just had it laying around here for a long time and reread it, and So out of that came a little bit of a song here about Benjamin Franklin. It's called "The Whistle," and at the end of his autobiography, there's a letter he wrote to a person, explaining what I put down in a song, and this was from 1779. He wrote this letter. So this is called "The Whistle." At 7 years old, little Ben went on a holiday. Charmed by the sound of a whistle, he spent all his money that day. He whistled all round the house, annoying everyone in it. When they heard he paid way too much, they poked fun and called him a dimwit. He cried with vexation, but after a thoughtful measure, he realized the pain it caused was more than the whistle's pleasure. From that day on, he never forgot the prick of that thistle, and so he always said, "Don't give too much for the whistle." So if you reached your stature by treachery and lying, and if you neglect your mind and stop learning and trying, then you've paid too much for the whistle. And if you indulge in all the finest things you're eyeing, with poor sense of value when shopping and buying, then you'll always pay too much for the whistle. But even with these admonishments of judging value so blind, there are certain things so tempting I might easily find. I just can't resist, like iron next to a magnet. So once again I fall in the trap and pay too much for the whistle. Too much for the whistle. Too much for the whistle. Okay, the next song is also has some history involved in it. It's about a friend of mine. He's a Laotian immigrant, and many of you know about the Southeast Asian thing, Vietnam War, Cambodia and Laos being overrun. Well, his country, Laos, was overrun by the communists, and he was lucky enough to get out. This is a story about the Hmong refugees, and a friend of mine was one of those. So it's called "It's Time." Leaving your parents, your sister and brother, leaving your school friends and many others, leaving your home and the land that you know, communists killed your teachers for show. It's time to let go. It's time to go. It's time. It's time. Well, best friends made plans to escape for so long. Float with a log across the Mekong. Freedom awaits you on the far shore. But that night it rained and poured and poured. It's time for courage. It's time to go on. It's time. It's time. Well, a lightning bolt across the sky flashed. The guards spotted him and bullets splashed. Then silence, he whispered, "Are you okay? Just the lucky one made it, for the other one prayed." It's time for strength. It's time to go on. It's time. It's time. Well, the refugee camp was no paradise. Guarded confinement, filth and lice. Unspeakable diseases, no medicine to spare. Dirty water, dirty rice, the usual fare. No time to despair. It's time to move on. It's time. It's time. Well, survival, yes, it's in your genes. And America was in your dreams. Kind-hearted sponsors heard your plea. A new land awaits you, and now you are free. It's time to rejoice. Yes, rejoice. It's time. It's time. Well, hard work and smart work, you made it on your own. Skill and imagination that you have shown. The disease from the camp came back to haunt you. Your gnarled hands show it with constant pain too. It's time to be grateful. Yes, grateful. It's time to be grateful. You're for your wife and your kids. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time.
Yeah,
All right.
good songs.
Yes, very nice. Very nice, Dan.
Thank you.
Now I get to use the same intro that I used a few minutes ago.
Why not?
The deep voice and sweet banjo of Paul Klonowski.
All right. This is a song that has been haunting me for must be 50 years. Used to try to play it on the guitar, and it was so I didn't like it so well that I wouldn't play it when anybody else was in the building. Started playing with it on the banjo a few 2, 3, 4 months ago, and it's been a bit of a struggle, but this is what came out. sailing down my golden river, sun and water all my own. Yet I was never alone. Sun and water, oh life givers, I'll have them where'er I roam. And I was not far from home. Sunlight glancing on the water, life and death are all my own. Yet I was never alone. Life to raise my sons and daughters, golden sparkles in the foam. And I was not far from home. Sailing down this winding highway, travelers from near and far. Yet I was never alone. Exploring all the little byways, sighting all the distant stars. And I was not far from home.
Yeah.
As I've been working that up, I've been thinking, I sure hope Pete Seeger's not rolling over in his grave.
That's
Anyway.
right. I thought it was Pete.
Like I said, that's been haunting me for 50 years trying to learn how to play it. I think it's almost there.
You did a real good job.
Thank you. This one is, well, I guess I'll call it a Thanksgiving song, even though it may not officially be, but I've just been feeling really thankful for family and friends. Choose your friends for their power, trade your love for their gold. Seems like a sign of the times. Some folks remember what neighbors are for. Some of them are neighbors of mine. I have lived among some good and gentle people. I have walked in a strong, growing land. I have sung songs I know I'll hear once again, being sung by some heavenly band. Building cities of steel, building highways of stone. We've forgotten what this good earth is for. Somewhere there's land still held in God's hand. Some of it lies near my door. I have lived among some good and gentle people. I have walked in a strong growing land. I have sung songs I know I'll hear once again, being sung by some heavenly band. I hear talk every day of the world going wrong. I hear talk of the times left behind. But long summer's nights full of fiddles and song is a sound that I'll hold in my mind. I have lived among some good and gentle people. I have walked in a strong growing land. I have sung songs I know I'll hear once again, being sung by some heavenly band. I have sung songs I know I'll hear once again. Thank you. Cut that off a Barton and Para record, but it was actually written by a guy named Charles Sandage. I don't know much anything about him, so.
Huh. Well, that's
Carry
your
on.
that's your assignment for next time.
I'd have to Google it.
Yeah.
Rules for.
Let's see. Did I say hi to Kent and Deb? Hello.
Unofficially. Are you now?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was kind of running around because our dog swallowed a little sample of from the dentist, you know, the dental floss thing.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's like 7 years old. She's not, you know, all of a sudden she's like eating things. I'm like, oh my God. She threw up the plastic part, but I don't know the other part. So anyway.
Everything comes out in the end.
Yeah, maybe on a long string.
I had a cat that ate a cassette. I had a cat that ate a cassette. She was,
gosh.
kind of scratching at her butt, and I went over and looked at it, and there was a little bit sticking out, and I grabbed it with a Kleenex, and she took off. About 8 feet of tape came out of her butt.
Oh my goodness.
That's quite a picture. Quite a picture.
Oh yeah.
Quick question, Andy. Do we want to do any like announcements early? I know Carol is not going to be able to stay till the end.
You read my mind. I was just going to ask her if she wanted to. Carol, do you have any announcements to make?
Just a few, Andy. Thank you. As I mentioned, I'm headed off to stage left in a little while. Jim May is hosting bluesman extraordinaire Scott Ainsley. Scott's from New England, and so it's a rare opportunity to see him out here. And of course, the leftovers are Wednesday night. And then one really special thing I'd like to mention, it's something that rarely happens. Many of you know Bill Staines, who received our Lifetime Achievement Award, the festival's Lifetime Achievement Award a few years ago. Well, Bill performs occasionally, it's like once a year, every 2 years maybe now, with a group of people who do not travel outside New England, but they're extraordinary singers and musicians. It's Mason Daring and Jeannie Stahl, and Mason has composed music for John Sayles films and for a number of public television programs, including Frontline. Jeannie has a gorgeous voice. And then Billy Novick and Guy Van Duzer. Billy is one of the best sax and clarinet players around. And he's also done a number of John Sayles movies and lots of TV shows as well. And he plays with Guy Van Duzer, who's acknowledged to be one of the country's best finger picking guitarists. And Guy teaches at the Berklee School of Music, which is one reason he doesn't travel. And then Stuart Shulman, who plays violin with them. They play together as the Passim All-Stars. Like I said, you'll never get to see them out here live. They're being live streamed tomorrow night. Go to passim.org. I'll put this in the chat as well. And check them out if you can. They are just wonderful together. So, so that's what I have for this week, Andy. Thank you.
All right.
And thanks to everyone performing tonight. That was a truly beautiful set, Paul, but everybody's great. And I apologize that I need to leave early, but I will watch everyone I miss on the video. And thank you, Andy and Jeremy, for doing that video, because I've done that the last 3 weeks. It's great to have that when I can't be here. It's more fun to be here in person, sort of in person. But thank you for keeping this going. It's wonderful.
All right. Thanks, Carol.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Carol.
All right. Next up.
Do we want to do the photo now too, Andy?
Oh, sure, sure. Anytime. This will be
Have
good.
you guys up on video. Let's go ahead and have you wave for a sec. There we go. Got it. Thanks.
All right. And as usual, he showed up right on time. We always look forward to hearing from Bob Conway.
A true professional. All right.
And you may well wonder where this professionalism comes from. And I'll share my secret with you. I practice singing every day as I walk down the alley from my apartment to the local nature center about 2 blocks away. And so I'm singing down the alley one day, and I noticed these squirrels are sitting on top of a garbage can, and they stop doing whatever they're doing, and they're listening to me. And this is very weird. So I keep singing, and the squirrels keep listening. And I just could not help but memorialize this in song. I sing to the squirrels, they seem to listen to me. They stop hiding nuts as I entertain them. They pause in the trees, they seem to like what they hear. And for a short while, I'm a star. I can see them on their garbage cans. I am sure that they can hear. It's almost as if they understand. If they could, I'm sure they'd cheer. So I'll tell you how I entertain all the critters that I pass, even singing in the falling rain. Oh my God, it's such a gas. I sing to the squirrels. They pause and listen to me. And then they go back to their tree.
Yeah. All right.
So anyway, I'm a pack rat. If you look over here, you'll see shelves full of boxes of stuff. This is my bedroom. I've got more shelves full of stuff in my dining room and my living room. So one day I was digging through all this stuff, and of course I broke into song. Mics and phones and amplifiers, the gear I've saved till I retire, and lots to do till I expire. I've looked at dreams that way, but now they're things I mean to play, things I box and put away, and maybe put to use someday. I've looked at stuff that way. I've looked at dreams from both sides now. A cluttered mess I'll use somehow. It's dreams, illusions, I recall. I really have no dreams at all. Lots of songs I mean to write, but I watch TV every night. It's easy to give up the fight. I've looked at songs that way. All these things that I might do, maybe in a year or two, and get a laugh from God knows who. It seems to go that way. I've looked at songs from both sides now, from hits to trash, and still somehow it's songs, illusions I recall. I really don't write songs at all. So tunes, I mean to learn to play. Books, I'm gonna read someday. I think about it. Anyway, I'll do it soon, I say. But now they just don't seem like fun the way they did when first begun. They had their moments in the sun, and now they're stored away. I've looked at plans from both sides now, from dreams to drudge, and still somehow it's plans, illusions I recall. I really have no plans at all. Thank you.
Great.
Good as always, Bob. Love your stuff.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got Marcia Krieger.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I got my. Oh, wait. I don't have gallery view on. Yes, I thought I did, but it didn't. Okay. Anyhow, okay. I am gonna do an old song of mine and a new song of mine, and what they have in common is they're both about roads. In the first case, it's a road that has a name, and you know where it's going. In the second song, which I'll follow it with, not so much, but I'll start with this one. The interstate road is a ribbon of gray wrapped around the USA, tied in a bow at the exit ramp, flowing from here to there and back. The interstate road is a ribbon of gray. I broke my car on a mountainside in Susquehanna County, looking for somebody I was missing. I found her there in a cab, sharing love and macaroni with her one and only, and with me. The interstate road is a ribbon of gray wrapped around the USA, tied in a bow at the exit ramp, flowing from here to there and back. The interstate road is a ribbon of gray. I left my heart in a baby's crib in Rockaway, New Jersey, perched upon a purple dinosaurus. I'd gladly trade my place behind this wheel to be where he is, watching over her from day to day. The interstate road is a ribbon of gray. I must be where I must be, and they must be where they are. It's hard and getting harder, I am finding. I'm with them and they're with me, with nothing in between us but this ribbon long and winding. The interstate road is a ribbon of gray wrapped around the USA, tied in a bow at the exit ramp, flowing from here to there and back. The interstate road is a ribbon of gray. The interstate road is a ribbon of gray. The interstate road is a ribbon of gray.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Why? Oh, I was getting a lot of noise from something. Okay. Like I say, this one doesn't have a, this road doesn't have a name in particular, and it may or may not be going somewhere. It's a metaphor, more or less. Some folks take the back road to where they want to go, dreaming on the back road of where they maybe know, but do not want to talk about for reasons they won't say. Going on along that road, going their own way, takes a while to go a mile, and there are many miles ahead on that road. When you take the back road, where you're going instead. The back road is quieter, much less fuss and traffic, much less answering questions, less asking. The back road may get you there, but really, does it matter? The scenery is prettier. I'm thinking the latter. Takes a while to go a mile, and there are many miles ahead on that road. When you take the back road, where you're going instead. The trip is what you're there for. Don't know how it'll end. You may or may not reach the goal, but you go on ahead, following that heart of yours on down the road. And when you get there, you may just wanna do it all again. Takes a while to go a mile, and there are many miles ahead on that road. When you take the back road, where you're going instead. Some folks take the back road to where they want to go. Some folks take the main road, others may take both. When you take the back road though, you might just want to stay. Going on along that road, going your own way. Going on along that road, going your own way.
Like it, I would.
Like it.
Thank you. Kind of messed up instrumental at the end, but you know, got through it.
Fine.
Good songs, Marcia.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being a lovely audience.
Yes, and thanks for everybody for coming out, even, if it's not your turn to play. It's great that you support your fellow musicians. And Mary Sherman, our resident joke teller, has phoned a couple in tonight.
Hey, Andy, if you don't mind, can we do those after the next set? Because they already have their original sound on, which is why we're getting the echo.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, we'll do John and Carol now.
We're going to do a couple of originals tonight. The first one is one that I wrote 7 or 8 years ago, really with New Year's Eve in mind, but the approach of winter made us think about it again. It's called Another Chance.
When the end of the year rolls around in the winter drear, all my thoughts turn to how I let you down. My mistakes, my small lies, tears I brought to your loving eyes, flood my heart with sadness till I almost drown. How many times on a crowded street have I pretended not to see all the hungry, wretched, sick, looking for the good? How many times have I turned away and been deaf to what they say when they ask for what I could, if only I would. But the new year's a chance to love you better, another chance to share the pressure, another chance to let go of the shame and pain, another chance to smile at strangers, another chance to hear the angels speak, another chance to fail and rise to try again. In the new year, I'm gonna be the best I can. In the new year, you're gonna proudly take my hand. In the new crashing breeze cry every day. 'Cause the new year's a chance to love you better, another chance to share the treasure, another chance to let go of the shame and pain, another chance to smile at strangers, another chance to hear the angels, another chance to fail and rise to try again, another chance to fail and rise to try again.
Ooh, yeah.
Wow. Awesome, awesome. Whew. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Way to hit those high notes, John.
That's where the angels are.
Oh, yeah. Well, this next one is one of mine, and for many, many years, I've been really impressed by guitarists and flute players who sing at the same time. They sing exactly in unison with what they're playing, or rather play in unison with what they're singing.
Flute players?
Flute players, yeah, they mumble as they mumble in unison with what they're singing.
Okay.
Roland Kirk, Jethro Tull. Okay, so I finally thought, I want to do that. So here I am doing it.
The song is called Healing Ground.
The Healing Ground. Beginning to rust. Are your senior moments happening more often? Are your joints creaking? Are your limbs sore? Are you contemplating pre-ordering a coffin? Have your 2 drinks extended to 4? Then you must go down to the healing ground. Whoa! Must go down to the healing ground. Have you got ulcers driving you crazy? Have you got piles, or maybe it's gout? Is your boss always calling you lazy? Is your crazy cousin freaking you out? Have you got asthma choking you slowly? Is your arthritis out of control? Do you cuss the saints and all that is holy? Is your cocaine habit taking its toll? Then you must go down to the healing ground. Go down to the healing ground. think no one sane understands you? Have you just fallen out of your tree? Do the slightly gossip mongers all brand you? Do you play a psychopath on TV? All those pushy drug lords getting impatient. Was that a stalker you noticed last night? Are your achievements all looking ancient? Do your panic buttons send you into flight? Then you must go down to the healing ground. Go down to the healing ground.
All right.
Nice job. John and Carol, I'm going to go ahead and mute you so you don't have to rush to get up. Nice job.
Yeah, nice set, you guys. Okay, so our resident jokester, Mary, phoned these in tonight. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so don't take it out on me if you don't like them. If they're not funny. What is a pumpkin's favorite sport?
Well, I don't know. What is a pumpkin's favorite sport?
Squash.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, what is the best way to stuff a turkey?
Somebody else do it this time.
Serve him lots of pizza and ice cream.
Oh.
Oh, Kent, you should have had that one. What would you get if you crossed a turkey with a ghost? We saved the best one for last.
Oh, come on, you guys, you can do this.
Turkey with a ghost.
No idea.
A poultrygeist.
A poltergeist.
Oh.
Was it a poltergeist?
Poultrygeist.
Yeah.
Poultrygeist, yes. All right. That was our comedy for the night.
Oh.
Well, actually, the whole night is a comedy, but
Thank you, Mary.
All is well that ends well, and the last one was good.
that's right. Sonia, I want to say hi to you. I don't think I did yet. Hope you're doing good. And Waddle and Dobb. I don't know if I said hello to you guys. Glad to see you here tonight. Sharon Arnold is sitting relaxing somewhere, listening to us. And Dave Ashby. Hi, Dave. Glad to see you. Hi, Sharon.
How you doing, buddy?
Using the phone. It's a pain in the ass holding.
All right. Well, we're down to our last three performers of the night. Next up is Nancy Grobarek.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
We do.
All right. Well, I wanted to sing a song in honor of this crazy moon that we've been watching all month, as well as I don't know if you all got up in the middle of the night to see it hiding. But this song is one of my favorite songs anyway, but it's about the moon. I see a bright moon horizon. I see trouble on the way. I see Thank you. Yeah, I just love the moon. It's not a bad moon. But you do wonder what is going on in our universe.
Beaver moon.
It's what? Yeah, beaver moon, right.
A beaver moon, yeah.
Yeah. All right, and for my next song, I'm going to make sure I put a capo on. And it's going to be Maybe It's Time, which was written by Jason Isbell. And it was in a movie from just a year or two ago. See if you, from 2018. See if you recognize it. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. It takes a lot to change a man. Hell, it takes a lot to try. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Nobody knows what waits for the dead. Nobody knows what waits for the dead. Some folks just believe in the things they've heard and the things they read. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead. I'm glad I can't go back to where I came from. I'm glad those days are gone, gone for good. But if I could take spirits from my past and bring them here, you know I would. No, I would. Nobody speaks to God these days. Nobody speaks to God these days. I'd like to think he's looking down and laughing at our ways. Nobody speaks to God these days. When I was a child, they tried to fool me. Said the worldly man was lost and that a hell was real. But I've seen hell in Reno. Oh, sorry. And this world's one big old Catherine wheel, spinning steel. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Takes a lot to change your plans and a train to change your mind. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Oh, maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Oh my gosh.
You're okay?
Just barely.
Yeah.
Well, this is not as bad as the last time I was on a Zoom with who was it, with Lake County Folk Club, and in the middle of my song, my electricity went out. And the square turned black, and my whole neighborhood, the electricity went out. So
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what.
So what movie? What movie was that from?
From A Star Is Born.
Oh, okay.
Stars Born, and that was sung by Bradley Cooper. So, as much as I love Bradley Cooper, I'm trying not to sound like him singing that song.
All right, thanks, Nancy.
All right.
Next up, we've got Russ and Diane.
We on.
Oh, yeah.
Russ and Diane.
Unmute and gallery view. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
Okay. So we haven't done a Julie Miller song in a long time, and Dave turned us on to Julie Miller, so we decided to do one.
All right. Here we go. Like I said, it's not going to be real loud.
She is smiling, then she takes your hand, and with a kiss she lies. That's just how she cries. She is dancing up above a flame, and without wings she flies. That's just how she cries. That's how she cries without tears. That's how she cries, so no one hears. She is talking, but she speaks in code, like a broken heart replies. That's just how she cries. That's how she cries without tears. That's how she cries, so no one hears. She is silent, without words she speaks, so listen to her eyes. That's just how she cries, so listen to her eyes, 'cause that's just how she cries.
Well, thank you very much. I'll let you introduce this.
Okay. So I'm going to do something brave or stupid. I don't know which yet. But
be brave.
Be brave. So I've learned this song on my dulcimer, and it's a Joni Mitchell song, which is bad anyway, right? So anyway, I'm going to try it.
Before you start this one, Diane, is it possible to tilt the camera down so we can see that a little bit, or
I don't know.
okay.
How is it loud enough?
Oh, the sound is good. Yeah.
Okay. I'm afraid the whole thing's going to fall forward.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was just if it was one of those tiltable cameras. Never mind then.
You wanted to know if I could tilt it down.
Of course we can tilt it
down.
Just
a little tiny bit though, not a lot. Because
here it comes.
It's enough.
No, you can.
They want to see dulcimer.
Yeah, you can't really see the dulcimer. It's too low.
Got it. Okay. Never mind. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Here goes nothing. Okay. Just before our love got lost, you said, I am as constant as the northern sun. I said, constantly in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar, on the back of a cartoon coaster, in the blue TV screen light. I drew a map of Canada, oh Canada, with your name put on it twice. You're in my blood like holy wine, tastes so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. I would still be on my feet. Oh, I'm a lonely painter. I live in a box of paints, and I'm frightened by the devil, and I'm drawn by those ones who ain't afraid. I remember the time you told me you said love is touching souls. Surely you've touched mine, 'cause part of you pours out of me in these lines from time to time. You're in my blood like holy wine, tastes so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. I would still be on my feet. I met a woman, she had a mouth like yours. She knew your life, she knew your doubles and your deeds, and she said, go to him, stay with him if you can, but be prepared to bleed. You're in my blood like holy wine, tastes so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. I would still be on my feet.
Yeah.
All right. Good job.
Nice
Good.
done.
That was great,
That's
Diane.
You can mute us.
Okay.
Okay, so we're down to our last performer of the night. The next event coming up is this Wednesday, The Leftovers play at stage left. Better go see them while you can. They only have 3 more dates, and then they are splitting up. So let's get back to our last performer tonight, Randy Anderson.
This is a traditional song. Put it on gallery. Well, there is a man you'll hear about most any place you go. His holdings are in Texas, and his name is Diamond Joe. And he carries all of his money in a diamond-studded jar. And he never took much trouble with the process of the law. I hired on with Diamond Joe, boys. I offered him my hand. And he gave me a string of horses so they couldn't stand. And I nearly starved to death, boys. He did mistreat me so. And I never saved $1 in the pay of Diamond Joe. Well, his bread it was corn dodger, his meat you couldn't chaw. And he nearly drove me crazy with the wagging of his jaw. Yeah, the telling of them stories, I mean to let you know. But there never was a rounder who could lie like Diamond Joe. Well, I tried 3 times to quit him, but he did argue so that I'm still punching cattle in the pay of Diamond Joe. And when I'm called up yonder, and it comes my time to go, give my blankets to my buddies, give the fleas to Diamond Joe. Well, there is a man you'll hear about most any place you go. His holdings are in Texas, and his name is Diamond Joe. And he carries all of his money in a diamond-studded jar. And he never took much trouble with the process of the law. Thank you. This is a John Hartford song. Well, it's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that have dried upon some line. That keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, that keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on your columns now that binds me, or something that somebody said because I thought we'd fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgetting when we walk along some railroad track and find that you're moving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, and for hours you're gentle on my mind. Though the wheat fields and the clotheslines and the junkyards and the highways come between us, it's some other woman crying to her mother 'cause she turned and I was gone. I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. But not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads by the rivers flowing gentle on my mind. Well, I dipped my cup of soup back from that gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. My beard a roughed and cold cowl and a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through cupped hands round a tin can, I pretend to hold you to my breast and find you're waving from the back roads by the rivers from my memory, ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind. Thank you.
Fade out. Nice job, Randy.
Yeah, great job on that, Randy. Great set.
Yeah, great set.
Forgot the first line.
That's good.
Of course.
You're only human. You're only human, my friend.
All right, so that's our last performer for the night. Thanks to everybody for coming out again. It's been a great night. We'll do it again next Saturday. Everybody drive safe.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Andy.
Take care. Happy Turkey Day.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Andy.
Have a great one.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Pamela.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good Turkey Day, everybody.
Bye.